Okay.
There is actually somebody who I do think would really, really, really want Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles National Forest. Because there's so many extra trees that we need planted up there, brother. I'm telling you.
Welcome back, bench warmers. It's that time of year where the NBA trade deadline has come and gone, so we got to catch up, Brendan. Let's do it,
Oh
man.
man, this is the okay. So this is the funny the dichotomy of my two favorite sports, basketball and football. The game itself, I like football way more, but the drama that the
Yes.
NBA brings, oh my gosh, man, there's nothing like NBA trade season. Today wasn't even a crazy one. There was some big names that were moving, but nothing like just everyone was waiting for the Giannis hat
I
to
was going to
drop.
say, yeah,
Giannis
that's
didn't
what.
get traded. That was one of the big ones. But there's still some big names that moved, and we're going to kind of talk about not everyone. We're going to talk about some of the ones that we thought were, pretty good. Mention one or two here or there, and kind of just get it a little bit into the trade deadline and what we think about each respective team and how they kind of look moving forward. So let's start with some of the just like okay, let's mention that one and kind of get an opinion out there. First one that's on the block happened today, I believe. They this one was I think I woke up to this one, to be honest with you. Thunder. Yeah, they just won the championship and they're still active looking for better players. My goodness, these guys. They acquired Jared McCain. Yes, the lottery pick from the Sixers from
Yeah.
Duke. All they got, and by all they got, I mean it's a lot, but it's just what the Thunder have to give up is basically nothing because they own every pick in the world.
Yeah, for
Was a
real.
Houston first round pick in the future in 3 seconds. They did some other stuff, but let's start with Jared.
I mean, depth. That's all it is for the Thunder at this point. Obviously,
So
Shea's out for
crazy.
until the All-Star break, which is not a huge deal, but it's still something to keep an eye on. So they're going to go get McCain. They also went out and added Plumlee from Charlotte. So they're just depth. That's all OKC is doing. They have all they need as far as starters. It's just once they get healthy, and then just more depth. And McCain was like at one point last year talking about being Rookie of the Year candidate. So for them to just get
Yeah.
him for basically nothing, again, you mentioned they have picks to give away. They can't pick every one they have because they don't have enough roster spots to use. So
It's
you got to
crazy.
use it to somehow your advantage. And this is one of the ways that the Thunder, unfortunately for the rest of the NBA, has kind of in their pocket at this moment.
I never even thought about that. They have too many draft picks to like,
That's
and
what
too many
it's
good players to like even fill. Like they just, I have to pick these people, but
well,
I have nowhere to put them.
remember we talked about it last year when they won the title. They had a guy who won a ring and he's like 19 and he was a lottery pick the year before, but he tore his ACL or something, so
Yeah,
he didn't get to play. So they
never
have all
played.
these guys that are young and in the wings and waiting too. So scary.
It's so
Scary.
annoying. You know what though? As long as they play San Antonio in the playoff series,
True.
it sounds like they might lose
Yeah,
because that's
good
their
point.
kryptonite. What 4-1 this season? San Antonio is against
Styles make fights
Oklahoma
sometimes,
City.
like we talked about. It is what it is, man.
Exactly.
It's weird.
I don't like this team, but we're going to talk about it anyways because I just can't believe how good Brad Stevens is. He is super irritating. He traded away a player he didn't even need that they just happened to have because Jason Tatum's out this year. They got rid of Anthony Simons and a second round pick and got exactly what they freaking needed, which
I
was a
know.
center in Nikola Vucevic and another second round pick, basically second round pick swaps.
Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh, bro. Why does nobody like doing business with the Lakers, but everybody seems to like
You
getting the
know,
Celtics stuff, and they won the more, like the most. That's what I don't
it's the East
understand.
Coast West Coast version of each other. I don't get it. It
That's what I don't get
doesn't make
either.
any sense. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it is very weird. Boston also traded Xavier Tillman in the afternoon right before the deadline was over to get underneath an apron or a tax level as well. So again, Brad Stevens, man, it's like I know he was under Danny Ainge, but I think he's taking Ainge's philosophies and way of doing things to another level because they shouldn't be this good this year without Jason Tatum, let alone making all these changes. And he still could come back. We haven't gotten confirmation on that yet, but it is kind of maybe possibly a scary time over in Boston, as much as we hate to say that.
Yeah, and by the way, they're tied for second place in the East right now, 33-18, 4.5 games back of the Pistons,
And they have
tied
all
with the
the
Knicks.
experience over the Pistons. So
Yeah,
yeah, scary.
fun. Gosh, I hate this damn team, bro. Jeez. Just when you thought they were gonna have a down year, here they are, not having a down year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're right back. That sucks. But,
I mean, I get the East sucks, but still.
yeah, but remember they
Still.
started so bad, so we were like, oh yeah, this is what we kind of, and then they something flipped, and now like some other teams have flipped some switches, but then decided to blow it up. We'll get into that later. But the Celtics worked through it, made some small changes, and now they have a chance at the Eastern Conference again.
I
Unfortunately,
guess that's what good GM work gets you, huh?
yeah. Oh, he was a coach too. He gets it all.
A good coach too.
Yeah, remember he had Butler go to the Final Four.
That's what I'm saying. Butler, bro. And now now Butler's like a known team in college. Not like blue blood like Kansas.
No,
or something,
but we know the
they're
name
like one of
when
those
they
guys. Like,
play.
okay, watch out for Butler. Yeah, now all because of freaking Brad Stevens, and here he's just
It's
doing
like George Mason, all those random schools.
I freaking can't stand this guy. If I ever meet Brad Stevens, I'm gonna shake his hand so hard.
And say, I hate you, but good job at what you do, man.
Oh, you're so good at this. I can't stand it.
Okay,
what are you doing? Come to
let's
LA.
switch it to the other side of the rivalry.
Come to LA.
If you were to see Rob Pelinka right now, were you going to shake his hand? What were you going to tell him after adding Luke Kennard for Gabe?
I'll give him a little fist bump. Like, all right, that's not bad. Basically, a salary swap. Gabe Vincent's on his expiring contract. Luke Kennard, his contract's expiring. But when I looked it up this morning, actually, because I was like, okay. So we went from a decent 3-point shooter to a good 3-point shooter, but we went from a good defender to a no defender.
Yes, correct. The Lakers are going to just basically outscore everyone. That's their
yes. Except Corey. According to Basketball Reference, this season and overall, Gabe Vincent his defensive box plus minus is negative 1.2. Oh. So he's worse. Luke Kennard, 0.
Oh, even flat. I love it.
He's not good on defense. He's not bad on defense.
But you know what? For once in LA, as long as things go, they should. He's a career 40% plus 3-point shot. I think the worst I heard his career one year is 39. So like he doesn't miss threes, and he's going to get a ton of looks with Luka, LeBron. Although Luka with the hamstring tonight, we'll see how that goes. But Luka now and AR and LeBron there, he's going to be wide open in the corner all day. So he can just make his threes. If you think about it, him and Vanderbilt together are one really good player. Vanderbilt,
too bad they can't be one player.
I know. But if they're on the court together, they can each do one half of the game.
Okay, I'll take that. You know, I don't think that what you're saying is terribly wrong.
No.
And Luke Kennard's shooting a league high 49.7% from 3 this year.
Yeah.
However, it's in Los Angeles, and Malik Beasley was shooting career highs too before he came here and shot a career
They said
low.
the same thing to Dan Larry. They're like, well, remember, every time we get a hot shooter, Malik Beasley was the first name they say. He shot 50%. He came here, he couldn't make anything.
In fact, do you remember why we gave Gabe Vincent 3 years, $33 million? Because he could shoot threes.
Yeah.
And then he came here and shot league average. And I'm just like, bro, we can't catch a break. The only person who has maintained is Luka. But
hey, you know what though? Luke Kennard, former Duke Blue Devil, so maybe there's a little bit of Redick, love there too. So now maybe just Duke plays in big time games, and Kennard's been good his whole life. So let's hopefully it stays that way in Los Angeles. And I think they do have his bird rights into the summer. So if it works out well, you bring him back, and then you have a 3-point shooter for the next couple of years. Could be a long term.
Before we move on, I like that. Before we move on, though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel really bad for Dalton Knecht.
Yeah, he's not going to play anymore now if he already wasn't.
Which sucks, bro, because honestly, man, he's a really good player. I don't understand what he did to JJ to get like almost no playing time. Because like
doesn't play any defense, which is a big concern.
And Luke Kennard will?
No, but I get it. But also Luke Kennard's going to make his shots, so we'll see. The other problem I think with Knecht is Knecht in college was the guy with the ball in his hand.
Very true.
All the points. Now he doesn't have the
Luka, LeBron, and Austin. Good luck.
Yeah, you're never gonna get the ball in your hand, bro. So like you got to get better at the catch and shoot, and maybe that's just not quite his, specialty compared to having the ball in his hand. That's the only thing I can think of at this
point. All right. Well, we've got Luka Doncic who can shoot. You know who doesn't have Luka Doncic? The Dallas Mavericks.
He doesn't have the guy they traded for it.
No. At least they've got Anthony Davis out of. Oh wait, no, they don't have that guy either. That's right. Woof, man, what a saga that has turned into.
Oh,
Mavericks, obviously, in a big trade with Washington that was yesterday or today?
Yeah,
that was yesterday. Yeah. So they're getting Chris Middleton, Malachi Branham, AJ Johnson, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, 1 heavily protected by the Warriors. It's, I think, top 19 protected. So, out of the lottery. I know they didn't say top 20 because if it does hit 20, they'll get it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's top 19 protected from the Warriors. A Lakers pick. All their picks are just basically like going to be in the 20s. So you get 20-round first-round draft, 20-ish first-round draft picks, a couple players who you're not going to play, and that's it, bro. A couple seconds.
Yeah, well, they still got Max Christie from us, so that was good. They did good. Nico Harrison lost his job. So it's really going well in Dallas. But if anything, you know what, though? I kind of feel better for AD now that he's in Washington. I know they're not going to win anything, but at least there's no expectations. No one's going to care if you play 35 out of the 82 games next season. That's fine. Trae Young is going to be there with you. You guys, he plays no defense. You're going to have to clean up all his stuff in the paint, which means you're going to be exhausted and not be able to play. So, Washington's going to be fun. There'll be at least fun games to watch from a Wizards fans perspective because it feels like it's been a
About
dumpster
time.
since, I don't know, last decade. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say
they'll be more competitive and fun to watch. And I think that ultimately, too, AD and Trae Young are just trying to get extensions. And I think that's only teams that are going to be able to give it to them. So lock it up in DC. Have fun, AD. I mean, it is what it is.
Jaden Harvey, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum are joining him.
D'Lo, he's been around.
I like D'Lo. I don't want him on our team. I'm personally. Yeah. He seems like he's a chill dude. I like D'Lo. So I don't know. I feel bad for AD a little bit. He's gone from honestly one of the premier franchises in all of American sports, but even specifically the NBA, to a huge market and an opportunity in Dallas, to literally the worst team in the league.
He was there one full calendar year. February 1st of 25 was when the trade happened, and February 3rd or 4th he was traded out. So one calendar year,
29 games.
29 games. You saw 20 minutes of him and Kyrie together. That was cool. I mean, it's just time to blow it up, and now it's Cooper Flagg, man. Cooper Flagg is the future in Dallas, so have fun.
Honestly, dude, they're lucky they got Cooper Flagg, because what would that franchise be without the number 1 overall pick, bro? Like, even if they were number 2, like even if they got I don't remember who was drafted.
I don't either.
Edgecombe or somebody like that. I don't remember who was drafted second. But imagine if they didn't get 1. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a disaster in Dallas. Thank you, by the way.
I feel bad for Klay Thompson, too. He signed there last year. Like, oh, I'll play with Luka. He gets there. They trade Luka. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll play with AD. They trade AD, and now it's him and a bunch of kids. Cool. Have fun. That sucks. I feel bad.
They should buy him out, and we'll take him as a 3-pointer for vet minimum.
I agree with you, but the new rules with the way if you're over 1 apron, I think you can only sign guys who made less than league vet minimum if they get bought out. There's like all these new rules to that. So he can't necessarily sign with anybody. It's certain teams based on, so a little more complicated.
Gotcha. Well, from one team who is kind of blowing it up, even though they said they weren't, to somebody who's definitely blowing it up, we're going Memphis right now. Yeah. They've been super active. They did not find anybody for Ja Morant, which is super understandable. I'm going to touch on that before we get into the trade they did complete. It just, as talented as he is, his skill has diminished, and all of the other stuff is so much of a distraction and an issue, it's not even worth a little bit of skill he has, right?
Yep. Yeah, because if you think about it, he kind of was like the new up-and-coming Russell Westbrook. He could throw it down really hard. He was physical, aggressive. He would go to the rim. He could shoot outside. But, yeah, that stuff beats you up after a while. And, Russell Westbrook never had anything off the court that was causing. But
my gosh, great guy.
Yeah, Josh just had all kinds of things. And it's just like, man, how many times do you need to get told, like, okay, it's time to make some changes? And, it's just, I feel bad, and you're right. Memphis is just having to start all over. It's Zach Edey, and I don't even know the other kid they're kind of building around, but they do have a guard and a big man they want to start over with, and I don't know what they're going to do with Ja in the summer, but they got to finish at least the year with him here. So,
yeah, they need to trade him. I mean, they're not going to get much. They're probably hoping for a first-round pick, even one at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're just going to have to match salary in maybe a couple seconds and try to just, I don't know. I think it's screwed. But they did move on from Triple J. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to Utah. They got Jock Landale and Gashawn Concher and Vince Williams in another trade. But they're starting to actually build something. When they got Triple J, I was thinking, in fact, I texted you that maybe that means Walker Kessler or Lauri Markkanen might become available, and you immediately replied, no, they're actually building this time. I was like, they're trying now. Oh, okay.
So from what everyone I've read around the world on Twitter and everything else I can find is they're going to build with Jaren Jackson Jr., Walker Kessler back next year, and Markkanen. They want to start all 3 of those guys and have a, triple tower thing. I don't know who's playing the 3, but that's kind of what they're
I'm guessing Markkanen? Because Triple J is pretty big.
Yeah, I guess that would make the most sense. And they have Keontae George at guard, so they're set there. They have a nice nucleus, but the other thing, too, is they're talking about they probably won't even play Jaren Jackson Jr. the rest of this year. They might sit him and try to get another high pick
and
add to it, and then Danny Ainge doing his thing and, having all these guys locked up and all these young kids together could be something really building in Utah, which is weird to say after all these years, but who knows?
They're not one of those franchises that's always down, but they do
No.
have this, right?
Yes.
So I mean, from the Malone Stockton years to nothing to Deron Williams and starting to get some.
Andre Karolinko and Boozer and that run that they had, and then they dropped.
Okay, that was pretty good. And then back then,
back with Gobert.
Yeah.
Like they've had a couple different renditions of it.
They get some ups, but yeah. So maybe this is one of that the on the way back up.
Yeah.
They ship out along with Triple J. Or I'm sorry, they get Grizz 3 first-round draft picks. Walter Clayton Jr., Slow-Mo, Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and Niang. Memphis, oh my gosh, what a stat you pulled. Memphis has 13 first-round picks over the next 7 years.
Yeah,
wow.
Them and OKC essentially control the draft for the next 6-7 years. So crazy.
And one of those teams is not like the other.
Yeah, but they're both small markets. So if Memphis is trying to emulate what OKC has built there, then they're going in the right direction by starting with all the capital of draft picks. So, and if they trade Ja Morant in the summer to somewhere and get another first or maybe 2 first-round picks, then they'll have even more. So it's just they're stockpiling the assets. So that way, if some other disgruntled big guy, James Harden, or somewhere that wants to get out and wants more money, Memphis will have all the cap space in the world because they're paying all these young kids a little bit amount of money. So could be something again down the line, but Memphis is definitely going to have to start over. And as weird as it is to say, I think it's time for them to throw the grenade on Ja Morant. I know I had to. I'm sorry. It was a celebration.
That was good though. That was good.
It was stupid.
No, that was
I had
good.
to take it.
No, I like it. That was good. Quickly before we move on, this has absolutely nothing to do with any of these people. I think the Lakers need to throw a blank check at Sam Presti and say, please.
Mm-hmm. Mark Walter, do what you did to the Dodgers. Go get the best mind in the front office in the sport and give him an unlimited checkbook.
Just say, whatever you want, here.
Hire whoever you want in the front office with you, because that doesn't affect our cap. I can spend as much as you want. That's what we should be doing. But we'll see.
Let's get that done. All right. Let's move up to the Bay. Warriors land Giannis. Oh no, that didn't land Giannis. But I heard they kind of tried, but the asking price for a 2-time MVP, Finals champion, Finals MVP is a little high. Who's still in his physical peak, and understandably so. So the Warriors obviously passed on Giannis, but they did make some decent trades. I don't know. And when I say decent, I mean of size. I don't know as far as like an improvement or whatever for either team. But Trace Jackson Davis to the Raptors for a 2nd-round pick. I guess. Sure. Salary dump. And also this would double up on their centers because they did acquire Kristaps for Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah.
It's
kind of
seems steep to me for a lot of, but if he's healthy.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Obviously, the biggest thing is Kuminga, because obviously Kuminga has not worked out there like they wanted. Now that he was traded, Kerr was asked about it, I think, post game today, and he said, it's just one of those where we're trying to win, but we're also trying to develop him at the same time, and it just doesn't really work the way we wanted it. So it was time to move on, but it just never seemed to fit. So. But also, if you're the Warriors, I think you blew it, man. You had that time when you were down with Steph and them out where you had these high picks and you took him and you took Wiseman. And there's other options.
Picking Wiseman, though, they needed a center, and that dude was gigantic and super athletic. So,
but also, like, looking back, like, he wasn't a run-and-gun big man like they play. It didn't quite fit their scheme.
Very true.
Offensively, defensively, it might have been fine because he's just an anchor, and then Draymond gets to run around and do his thing.
Right. I think that was
offensively. I just don't think it ever jived the way they wanted it to. So, but they blew it. They had that opportunity to get really good picks in those 2 years, and they got nothing really out of it. So it kind of sucks for them. But also, I feel good for Kuminga. He gets to go to Atlanta. They have a nice little nucleus of young guys there. They're playing well. There's going to be no expectations or pressure on him now. They're just going to, hey, play your game, man. Just fit in with what we're doing. Quinn Snyder, who's coaching down there, has been a great coach for a long time. He was in Utah with Mitchell before. So I anticipate, and Buddy Hield, man, he's going to be wide open for 3. He basically replaces Luke Kennard down in Atlanta. So
true. Dude, this team is good. I think this team is sneaky good.
So got a little bit of veteran experience who's been to the finals. Not that he's gonna, he'll probably blow up now. He's not in LA, but
of course, yeah, he's gonna shoot 90% from 3 on 10 shots a game, and lead the league in steals. So can't wait.
Great. Well, he's got the Great Barrier Thief over there with him, so that's fun.
Yeah, no, honestly, Atlanta's kind of putting together a fun little
Mm-hmm.
team, man. To be honest, they're pretty good, especially now that they're not hindered by Trae Young's
Exactly.
demands, contract, ball
Mhm.
centeredness, etc.
Yep, they're a real team. It's kind of nice.
You have any more grenades left?
Oh, throw it on the Warriors, dude. They're done. That dynasty's done.
Yeah, I think
Butler's
so
going to
too.
come back next year, maybe by February, and he's got a 20, so he's 37 already. Draymond and Steph are 35 plus. Like, there's just the miles are there. They got nothing.
Steph can
left.
shoot still, but he's not
Yeah,
a
but they
one
don't
anymore.
have
He's too
any.
old.
Yeah, they don't have any defense anymore besides Draymond. They don't have any draft picks, and if they do, they're way high because they're winning on too many games.
because they're
Like,
winning enough.
It's time, and I feel bad because Steph's not going to retire because he's still good individually, so he's going to want to play. But yeah, the run in Oakland or San Francisco now, the Bay Area is all said and done. But at least we'll get to enjoy Steph for maybe a couple more years. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's like the end of Kobe's year, except Kobe was on the torn Achilles. We don't have to worry about that with Steph. Steph's just gonna score a lot of points, shoot a lot of threes, keep adding to your records that no one's ever gonna fucking touch. So have fun.
Seriously, I mean, unless the league just becomes only 3-pointers, you know what I mean?
It's very possible. A 4-point play.
The way things are going, right? I think you got one. Do you have any more grenades? Because there's been a lot of blowing up.
Oh,
lately.
I need more than a grenade for this last one, dude. You're gonna need a tank. Maybe
you got
the
nukes.
Oh, dude, the Clippers.
So the Los Angeles. Oh no, they're not the Los Angeles. We're the Los Angeles Lakers. The LA Clippers are toenail clipping. So obviously the biggest one was on Tuesday. Oh, wait, what's today? Today's Thursday. Was on Wednesday. Sorry. The Harden. Harden was moved for Garland, and then the teams immediately played each other. That was hilarious. So obviously none of them were there. They have to clear physicals and stuff. I mean, they might have been there, but
Garland was in the building. I don't think Harden was because when the Clippers went to Phoenix last week, Harden
stayed
out for personal reasons and stayed in Arizona. So I don't even know if he was in California yesterday.
But definitely Garland was, because there was talks about him being seen at SC, I think, the day before. So I think he was around. So that was obviously a big one. Basically a swap. Clippers also get a second-round pick from the Cavs. Cavs are going to be good, so it's going to be a late second-round pick, obviously, unless it's somebody else's second-round pick. But most of the time, people are dealing firsts. So
we're talking about second-round picks. Who cares?
Yeah, practice. We're talking about practice. But the surprising one, maybe not as surprising, and I want to lead into where you think what this might mean for Kawhi, is Ivica Zubac was officially moved. He was basically their last good player besides Kawhi, who plays, I think, 4 to 5 games a year. So Kobe Brown and Zubac are moving on to Indiana. This is gigantic for Tyrese Halliburton next season, obviously, when he comes back from his, was it Achilles or ACL? Achilles.
It was
because everybody, because it was Dame, Jason,
Tatum.
and him that got it. Yeah. So, but I actually think so. Blowing up, yes, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
However, this trade I actually kind of like, and even the Darius Garland trade I actually like. They get a pick, even if it's a second, whatever. They get
10
a pick.
years younger in the same position.
Not as skilled of scoring,
different style, but still
solid. And Darius doesn't disappear in the playoffs.
True.
So, granted, he may not average 30. But he averages 20 and will average 20 still in the playoffs. So kind of one of those goods. But the big one, Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and 2 first-round picks for Zubac. This is where it goes, right? Tell me why this is the bigger deal.
This is huge because the Clippers gave all those picks away to get Paul George years ago. As we know, that didn't go out the way they wanted. So in order to recoup and get some of those back, you had to give up Zubac, which if you look back at it, really, they gave up nothing for Zubac. They got Zubac and Michael Beasley from the Lakers for Muscala. So they got him for nothing, and they turned him into this. I know. Power to the Clipper front office for that. I'll give
for
them
real, though. For real, yeah.
So, but the thing is once that's done, like, you figure, well, why wouldn't they trade Kawhi now? But Kawhi probably just doesn't want to go anywhere else besides SoCal. He lives in San Diego, whatever. He probably just doesn't care anymore at this point. And even if, like, who would want Kawhi? Like, how much would you be willing to give up if you don't know if he's going to play more than, like you said, 5 games a year? Is it really worth it? Or is it dealing with all the headaches? Is that all worth it? So I guess if you're the Clippers, you're like, well, let's just ride out the rest of Kawhi, which I think is another 2 years, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know. It's very confusing, but also, again, the Zubac thing is a smart deal. You get the draft picks, but Indiana might be good by then, so the draft picks might be high. I don't know. It's just very confusing, but the Clippers, hey, that Kawhi, PG, Harden all era was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, it's super, super, super fantastic. He has next year on the books. So this
Okay.
year, obviously, and then next year.
Okay.
There is actually somebody who I do think would really, really, really want Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles National Forest. Because there's so many extra trees that we need planted up there, brother. I'm telling you.
Oh man,
Los
I didn't
Angeles
really
National
know that one.
Forest.
That was
Los
good.
Angeles National Forest could really use a Kawhi Leonard and all those trees he needs to plant.
LANF, let's go.
Let's go. But that's what I really think is happening. Is honestly, I think he's going to be suspended soon, bro. I think something is coming down.
Maybe.
Why
I
were
didn't think about that?
they're literally okay? So this is how their season started, and then they're like, whoop, like not even like like straight up, like okay, we're actually getting somewhere. And right when they're getting into the play, they're like, you know what? Never mind. Let's sell everybody.
And it's
Like,
weird.
what happened?
It almost feels like the Clippers have been in 4 seasons already. Like you said, they started out terrible. Okay, then they cut Chris Paul. You're like, okay, we're a new team, and they didn't start out great right after. It took a couple games, but then they went on this insane run. You're like, oh shit, okay, whole new thing. And then the Harden thing comes up out of nowhere because he wants more money, and they don't want to give him because they want to have cap flexibility. So like, all right, well then just trade me and get me out. Even though they just went on this crazy 17-4 turnaround, and you were a part of it. Nah, I want my money. So like, do you really want to win? I don't know.
I don't think Harden wants to win. Yeah. Exactly. And to be honest with you, bro, maybe he's not one of those people that wants a legacy, or maybe he thinks his legacy's already set. Maybe he's like, what is a championship going to get? People are going to be like, oh my gosh, James Harden's now the best. No, he probably thinks people probably still don't like. So for him, hey, bro, let's set up my family. Let's set myself up. Let's set my family up. I don't know.
You made a lot of money already, too. It's not like you haven't made big contracts and you're like 25. Like
people want different things.
Yeah, true. I don't know. But then to say, well, I think we have a chance to win in Cleveland. You had a chance to win over there, and you didn't want to do it. So, I don't know. Whatever.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I don't even know why. How we talked for this long about the Clippers, I'm not sure. But I do think this is super interesting. Like, what they did, I don't think is that bad. I actually think they improved long term. I don't think they improved today. Obviously, I think they're good. I think the worst thing that came out of this is I now think, unless something crazy happens and Ty Lue is just the best coach ever, I now think the Thunder are keeping their pick because I think it's going to be top. I think it'll be in the top whatever.
Yeah, and that's the only bad part about this is by trading away and the Clippers tanking essentially and giving it up, they're essentially helping the Thunder also. So
with a top 10 pick.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
When they already got a top 10 pick in a trade this year for somebody else's first round pick.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. Thunder are good, man. Sam Presti.
Sam, come to LA, brother. Come to LA and save us. Yeah, so I don't know, but NBA trade deadline again, nothing crazy. Was hoping to see maybe a Giannis move, but still some pretty big trades, still some pretty big moves, and a lot of NBA drama like always. Let us know down in the comments below who you think won that trade deadline.
Also, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at RVUFTB and tell me what the Bulls are doing. What the hell are the Bulls doing? We know what the Clippers are blowing up, but the Bulls are confusing as shit. They got like 9 point guards.
They're doing the same thing as the Kings, maybe.
Ooh, that's not a good thing. And as always, we appreciate everyone for stopping by.
And saying things from Arvy from the bench. Remember, nobody loves you. Jesus loves you. Peace.
This was a Sycamore Fourth Studios production.